The sad reality is that lovers do grow apart. So what do you do when you feel like you're living with a stranger? Do you stay in a relationship with a person you no longer recognize? Or do you mourn the relationship and just move on? On today's case, Ms. Jackson says she's been holding on to the good memories of her past with Mr. Connors in hopes that they will one day have a better future. She says that in addition to neglecting his daddy duties, Mr. Connors is also a disrespectful, sneaky cheater who doesn't fear losing her. Ms. Jackson says there's only so much she's willing to take. And as hard as it may be, if something doesn't change, she will have to let Mr. Connors go and walk away for good. Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Jackson versus Connors.
Thank you very much. Ms. Jackson, you say that you are here today to give your fiancé a final warning. You say he is a disrespectful cheater who shows you no support, and if something doesn't change, you're taking your son and leaving.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Connors, you say you're here to save your relationship and your family. You also say that you refuse to take sole responsibility for the issues in your relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
I know that you all have been together for 5 years. You do live together. Although you're not married, you have a 3-year-old son, but my note says you've been engaged for 5 years with no ring. So there's a red flag right there.
Yes,
Ms. Jackson, why are we in court?
I'm here to give my fiancé a final warning. He is disrespectful, he doesn't care about me anymore, and he shows no support. We've been engaged for 5 years. He asked me to marry him 2 months after we met. It was just like fireworks. Like, we had an instant connection. So we've been together ever since. But everything started to change whenever I got pregnant. And we had our son, and he was just so mean to me. And he just turned into a completely different person. He was not the man that I fell in love with.
Mr. Connors, you heard what Ms. Jackson said. What do you say?
Well, I'm here today, Your Honor, because she's blaming me for the relationship failing when really it's supposed to be both parties involved. And then also as well, she's threatening to take my son away from me. And if it's problems, you don't just run away. You know, you try to figure them out together. So I'm here to pretty much try to work it out and try to stay together.
So I heard what you said, Mr. Connors, that Ms. Jackson dragged you here, but I can guarantee you wouldn't be here if you didn't think there was something worth saving.
It's definitely something worth saving.
Okay, fair enough.
Truly believe
so I heard you say there was a change in the relationship that makes you think that Mr. Connors doesn't care about you. Can you give me some examples of what you mean?
Like when my mom died, she died 4 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that. I lost my mom 3 years ago, and I know the feeling.
I'm sorry. It's horrible.
It is literally the worst feeling I've ever felt.
The worst pain, literally. She died of gun violence.
Oh, my Lord.
And, now we live in a proximity of where she died. So I found out I was pregnant a month after she passed away.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, so, me dealing with, postpartum, it just feels like he cared at the time, you know. But when her death anniversary comes around, I'm always super depressed. I have really bad anxiety. I get really emotional. And all I asked Michael to do last year and this year was just buy me some flowers. And he couldn't do that. And then what really hurt me is that he told me, well, buying flowers is not going to bring her back. And it's you don't say that to anybody.
Mr. Connors, I'm sure you have an explanation for that kind of behavior, sir.
I didn't kill her mom. You know, honestly, I was there for her throughout the whole situation. But then afterwards, her being pregnant, I had to go to work and I had to start paying all the bills and taking care of the responsibility that we needed to maintain our lifestyle.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you just shut me off emotionally. I'm still going through stuff too. I was going through stuff for a long time and you just shut me off.
Yes, but I believe that she has family for that type of support, and I am going to do what I'm supposed to do, you know, which is make sure she's okay.
You know, Mr. Connors, let me just stop you for a second. Wrapping your arms around her and giving her those flowers was the least you could do.
Honestly, I don't have time to cry. I really got to focus on providing more than anything. When I'm not providing, I spend time with her, and I also did buy flowers, you know, several times. But after a while, you know, I do have to continue to stay focused, you know, on providing.
I'm never his priority, ever.
So answer me a question then, Ms. Jackson.
Work.
Why you make somebody your number one if you are invariably their number two?
I don't know. I love him. I love him a lot. I used to be, you know, his number one. I used to be at the top, but now it's just like I'm just with the baby all the time. It's just
Speaking of that, what kind of support do you get with the baby?
none. I don't get any support. I mean, I get financial support. Like, he doesn't help me.
What do you mean he doesn't help you?
Like, for example, I was in real estate school. I'm really passionate about becoming a real estate agent. That's something I really want to do. And I've taken the class twice. I've taken the test a couple times, and I failed. And I feel like I failed because I didn't have the help at home that I needed to study. Like, I would ask Michael, okay, can you take the baby for like a couple hours just so I can, you know, study? Like, I can't focus. And he's like, Michael's like, oh, well, you could just wait till my mom comes over.
But wait a minute, are we talking when Mr. Connors is working? Because I know he was working.
He was working on his own schedule.
So in other words, he had the ability to
He
say,
had
let me
the
take
ability-
these 2 out.
Yes,
Mr.
he had
Connors,
the
what's with that?
flexibility.
Only thing I'm asking her to do is manage her time because sometimes I have to work overtime.
Your Honor, our son has seizures, okay? Like, if I want to study, I need him to watch the baby so that we can monitor him.
When the baby's taking naps, she take naps. And I'm telling her, while he's napping, you need to be up actually studying.
Actually, while he's napping might be the only time that she
I
can
can
get
some
a
sleep.
Now, if she says she wants to try real estate, and she's now taken the course several times, and she's even tried to take the test several times, which means she's made the effort, if it requires her to have a couple hours a day over the course of 10 days so she can study intensely to be ready for the exam, most partners would say, I got you, baby. These 30 days belong to you so you can get that real estate
Can I say
license.
something, Your Honor?
Of course.
My auntie passed the test with flying colors the first time, and my grandma didn't pass the test without nobody
Guess
helping
what?
her.
His aunt is
And
a
then
lot older than me. She doesn't have any kids to take
My
care
grandma,
of.
Your Honor, passed
She
the
has
test
to support
at
this.
80-some years old.
You know what, Mr. Connors?
He is
I
such a
don't
liar.
like the disdain with which you are speaking about your partner. I really don't.
She is a lousy bitch. Number one, because
No.
Are you serious?
Nope, 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 nope. Seriously, I will throw you the hell out of here. You will never call a woman that in my courtroom. Sir, how were you raised? That's the most ignorant thing I've ever seen. Who do you think you are? When I said I didn't like the words you were using, it seems sort of almost abusive in terms of your tone.
He's
Is this
very
something
verbally abusive. Like, we got into an argument a couple weeks ago. He called me a lousy bitch. He called me lazy, good for nothing. I don't work. I haven't worked in years. It breaks my heart because when I got pregnant, we didn't want to put our son in daycare, so we agreed that I would be a stay-at-home mom. He goes back and forth between me working and me not working because now I'm at the point where I'm tired of depending on him. I want my own sense of independence now. But he's like, oh, I just think that you should stay at home a little bit longer and work on the baby.
Now, let me hear Mr.
first of
Connors.
all, I'm gonna say this. She is a lousy bitch. Number one, because
Nope.
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 Number one.
Nope. Nope.
Are you serious?
Nope, 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 nope. What you're not gonna do, not in my courtroom.
She let me.
Seriously, I will throw you the hell out of here. You will never call a woman that in my courtroom. You don't come in here and disrespect me. Sir, you will respect me if you're not gonna respect her. Don't you ever come into a public place like that and call a black woman a lousy bitch in front of another black woman. How were you raised? That's the most ignorant thing I've ever seen. You don't humiliate a black woman like that. Who do you think you are?
You're right.
How dare you?
I was just saying, like, I mean.
I don't care what you were saying. I don't know your relationship here. I don't know your dynamic. I don't know if she's earned your respect, but I know I have. I am a 60-year-old professional black woman, and I have represented myself with dignity and honor at all times, and you will not disrespect me. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And you need to treat every woman the same way I insist on being treated. Anybody that ever thinks that you gonna disrespect me, you got the wrong person, baby. You owe me an apology.
I apologize.
And you owe Miss Jackson an apology.
I'm sorry. Apologize, Trishon.
This is your call, Miss Jackson, if you want to continue this. If you don't,
Yeah,
I completely
need to-
respect it.
We got to get this done because I don't know what to do at this point. This is what it's been. This is what it was.
Mr. Connors, what is that about? Where does that come from? That you would think that that's an okay thing to do as a black man, to try to humiliate a black woman in this room? Why would you do that?
She plays victim a lot.
No, you did that. I'm talking about you did that. I'd like to look at my jury, which today happens to be a mixture of men and women. Is there any excuse, members of the jury, at all, for ever behaving in that way? I'm gonna say this to you, Ms. Jackson. You're gonna need to be independent financially.
I am.
I'm never going to allow a man to hold the fact that he's financially supporting me over my head. Part of your problem right now is he gets to do that.
Yeah.
Because you've been complacent. If you need to find somebody to take care of the baby that you trust for those 2 hours that you need to study, we need to get somebody to help you. Because here's the deal. You're never going to be out from under somebody's thumb until you get from out.
And I'm really trying, like I am, like, and he knows that I want more from my life. I don't want to just sit in the house. Like, I enjoyed the time that I had with my son being a stay-at-home mom. And I always tell him, I'm thankful for what you did. I'm thankful that you took care of our family. But now it's time for me to do something.
But I get the feeling that that's not the only thing, because my notes also said that you think that he's cheating.
Yes.
I understand you brought a witness.
Yes, I brought my sister here because she really believes that I should leave him.
This dude don't know what to do with her. He don't know how to appreciate a good woman, a great black woman.
Thank you.
That sounds like a pretty good opening statement to me. Very good. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
He has cheated before. I don't know if he's actually had sex with people. I don't know what he's done, honestly, but I found messages in his phone before that I submitted to the court, like, of very sexual messages.
Tell me under what circumstances you found messages.
Michael was at the laundromat washing his clothes, and I stayed inside the car, and he's just in the laundromat just smiling and laughing. I'm just thinking he's on, like, social media or something. And his phone dies. So when he's finished washing his clothes, he comes and put his phone in the charger in the car. We go back to his house and he goes in to change his clothes. Now I'm still sitting outside in the car. So I went through his phone. I went through his messages. I had that intuition.
You didn't, Your Honor.
I never agree that anybody has a right to do this,
Nope,
but I have
me
learned
neither.
at divorce court that's what they do.
Well, guess what I
It's now beside
found?
the point. What'd you find?
I found some girl sent him a video of her doing a split on the club and twerking and, you know, and he just sent her.
Did you submit this to evidence?
I did. Let
Let me see what you got. LOL, I think about eating, all the time. Okay, we can make it happen one day if you're down. Of course I'm down.
Okay, babe. So how am I supposed to believe that he didn't go out and do something?
What's this about, Mr. Connors?
Okay, so I have a friend. She's a friend of the family. She's been around for a long time.
Is that the woman that wrote this?
Well, no, ma'am.
Who wrote it?
Her guy thought that she was cheating. And so he went through the phone texting everybody. When I got the text, I know that she don't talk like that. So I knew it wasn't her. Instead of me just being an adult about it, you know, I just went on and played along with him.
So you're telling me this is
Mercy.
a girl's boyfriend
Yes, that
trying to
went through
catch
her
her
phone.
Why are you
cheating?
lying?
Yes, and I found out later because she called me, was like, Mike, we ain't never did
So how'd
anything.
she get your number? Your Honor, he used to change his number almost every month.
See, here's the deal. I hate liars, but I hate liars who think that I'm supposed to believe they lies. That's just dumb. I understand you brought a witness.
Yes, I brought my sister here because she really believes that I should leave him. Like, my sister is my best friend.
I'd like to hear from the sister. Can you please ask the witness to come in?
Here.
What a beautiful young lady. Thank you so much for coming. Can you please state your name for the record?
Destiny.
Are you the plaintiff's sister?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. What do you know about your sister's relationship with Mr. Connor?
I know he's very disrespectful. I'm very much just tired of my sister calling me on a regular basis, trying to keep it in and letting me know that she can't hold it in no more. This dude don't know what to do with her. He don't know how to appreciate a good woman, a great black woman in his life to hold down his household while he's doing the financial pieces of what he's supposed to do by creating security for my nephew, who he tends to be separated from regularly.
Thank you.
That sounds like a pretty good opening statement to me. Very good.
Now, first of all, y'all, she upset because she can't hold a man. She used to be a stripper, so I
So
think
what
that's
I'm
the
gonna tell you
situation.
is me and my man have been together for 10 years,
Thank
and he
you.
loves me. Black love.
Thank
okay?
you.
May I just point out the fact that you seem to hold women with disdain and disregard. You treat the woman that is the mother of your child with disrespect. You come into a professional environment and treat the leader with disrespect. Your sister-in-law, you treat her with disrespect and try to make me think less of her by saying she's a stripper. I know why you did it.
Exactly.
But see, here's the difference. I don't look at people like that. Don't let the straight hair and the lashes fool you. I have relatives that are all parts of this society. I don't look down on people, sir. That's not the way I was taught to be. Ms. Jackson came to give you a final warning because you don't show her support, you're disrespectful, and she suspects that you're a cheater. I think you're too arrogant to be a cheater, to be honest with you. You said that if he didn't get his act together, you were taking the baby and leaving the relationship for good. The sad part about it, Mr. Connor, is I have not heard one aspect of your testimony today that suggests you want to save this relationship. You claimed to me when you walked in here that you're the man, that you take care of your family like a man does. Are you raising a little boy to be a man?
A man.
To treat his mother, wife, daughters with disdain and disrespect. That's what I heard, and that's what he's going to hear. You need to step up. And what we're not gonna let you do is repeat that in the next generation. So, Ms. Jackson, what I'm gonna say to you is you and Mr. Connor, you need to improve your communication. You need to make sure when you speak to her with respect and dignity because she's earned it. You need to work together to parent your child. And it's not just about you bringing a check home. It's about you spending quality time with your son. You both should share in the responsibility for the care of the baby.
Yes.
So, Ms. Jackson, I want to encourage you to finish some real estate school. So I'm going to offer you a mentorship with Kiara Jones of Compass Realty Group, which is located right there in Missouri.
Okay.
She will do 10 hours of preparation and training for the real estate test with you.
Okay.
Plus, she's going to give you 3 months of mentorship after you receive your real estate license.
Okay.
I asked for some assistance so that you can stand in the space that God has created for you, so that you can start to walk with the dignity of being an independent woman. I'm going to say to you, kick him to the curb
Yes,
and
Your
take
Honor.
your baby and save his life
Yes,
so
Your
that he
Honor.
does not become a man that you can't be proud of. The level of disrespect has reached new heights.
You know, I'm so pissed that I don't even want to give him any light. I don't even want to talk about him. He treated her like crap, treated the witness like crap, tried to treat you like crap. I was like, when she walked away, I was ready to walk towards him.
I'm so glad you had to remain composed until a woman stands in her space and tells a man what she will not accept. That's the kind of stuff that we're going to see on a regular basis.
Right.
But he was misled. I'm not that chick.
No, not at all.
And you will respect me.
That's right.
You will not come into my place of business
That's right.
and be disrespectful,
Amen.
because I will gather you.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.